long, drawn-out career. But you know what? I enjoy fighting because no one can beat me. And I enjoy talking this shit to people because two things happen. Either they say, you know what, we're tired of this fucking McKee. We want somebody to kick his ass. But who do you got? There's nobody at 155 pounds that can touch me. Because I fought at 170 when I weighed 155. It's just funny how I battle the politics.
And I heard Ryan Ford wanted to fight you.
Nah, that can't be possible because Ryan Ford's my friend, and Ryan Ford's trained with me, and we're going to train together just like Ease Edwards. They said the same thing about Ease Edwards, which is unfortunately not true. Like I say, I have the most respect by any fighters. You interview all the fighters, and you say, what do you think of Antonio McKee? They'll tell you this. He's an awesome-ass fighter. People say he's born. He gets to win. He takes no damage. He goes into a fight with a fucking hair comb and no scratches on his face. He comes out with his hair messed up and not a blemish on him. Look at his opponents. They're bleeding. So you tell me, who would you want to be if you're a fighter? You want to be me. I'll take the short paydays for the long career, but I'm not going to go in there and be retarded in 2 or 3 months from now for some kid who doesn't have a family or have responsibilities. My job, look at my training. I've produced more champions out of my gym in the last 3 years. Body Shop's been over 3 years. You want to know who's been here? Miko Krokop, Victor Belfort. I mean, I don't want to talk about those guys. Let's talk about who's there now. Okay? Paul Bonatello, Ease Edwards. All these guys come to me. They're at the down of their careers. I lift them back up, not only physically, but mentally and spiritually. There's no contracts between me or any of my guys. They can walk whenever they want. Why has no one left yet for the last 3 years? They're all still here, and they're winning. We've got the biggest win streak record out of all the gyms in Southern California. We've only been submitted one time in 2 years. All my guys combined have only been submitted one time. Wow. That's fucking numbers that you need to brag about, and I should have got Coach of the Year, not Greg Jackson. Nominated Antonio McKee, Coach of the Year, because look at the guys that I started with. Look at their win streak. Look at where they were. 5-4, 2-3, 4-2, to now 14-4, 16-3, 19-4. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting out some shit over here. Not one article, not one magazine, not one TV show. Let's not even talk about the nonprofit program that I do helping the youth, low income privileged youth. Let's not talk about the fitness program that I have. But all the good things that I'm doing, you don't hear anything about it unless you know me, and that's what hurts the most, is that I deserve much more than I'm getting, but I just want to let people know I'm not doing it for what I want. I'm doing it because this is who I am. So I think in the end, when I'm done and I walk away, they will understand the greatness of Antonio McKee and what I stood for.
We'll talk about it. I'm interested in hearing about, the kids, and because that's something you really don't hear about, especially when it comes to mixed martial arts. And we all know the stigma and, a bunch of meatheads who cockfighting. What do you have, Antonio McKee, as far as, the kids and the youth of today?
Okay. This started way back when, I was a kid growing up in the hood. I used to collect money for the drug dealers, and they would give me money to go compete on the weekends. And so I said as I got older, I said, you know what, I would love to fight for kids. So I came up with this nonprofit, been established over 5 years now. It's called Fight for Kids Incorporated. You can check it out, fightforkidsinc.com. What I do is I bring the inner cities together because these are your tough-ass athletes. These are your Mike Tysons that never got the upbringing that they should have gotten, so they do shit like what Mike Tyson does. These are the Quentin Rampage Jacksons, stood on the block, selling dope, knocking dudes out, but can't manage money, can't articulate proper grammar to move them to a corporate structure or a corporate level. I guarantee you sit 100 fighters at a dinner table, and I bet you 99 of them don't have table etiquette. They don't even know how to set a damn table, let alone how the table is supposed to be set for a meal. So there's something wrong here. We're creating monsters, okay, in a cave that no one's paying attention to, and then when they hit the mainstream, well, where did this guy come from? Well, shit. What did you do to get this guy at a level that he could be a millionaire? Look at this shit Rampage did. He's out here flipping out, running in cars, and hitting people. I mean, not that I haven't done my share of bad stuff, but at what level of professional are you to where you're doing stuff like this? For my kids that look up to you to say, man, I want to be like Rampage, and you're doing stuff like this. I talk to Snoop, and you're talking about smoking weed and banging bitches and all this disrespectful crap, and my son loves Snoop. Well, guess what? My son don't listen to Snoop anymore because one of our biggest influences is music, and look at what music has done to our youth today. So Antonio McKee decides to set up a nonprofit program to fight for the kids. That's where my percentages go to my money. I go to the ghetto with my gun, pick these kids up, bring them to my gym, let them train for free, have Compton Unified School District bust these kids over here. You know what I hear? Crime pays. Crime pays. So, I'm one of the guys that made it from that rough terrain of grime and drug dealing and shooting and killing. I made it. And look at what I've done. I've been a successful entrepreneur of multiple businesses. I have a successful gym, not to speak, a gym that's ran with extreme professionalism. I mean, you ask anybody that's been there, they'll tell you McKee runs that shit like a tight ship. There's no water getting on this boat.
All right.
So I just want to do what's good, and where I came from, I want to turn that around and show people that, you know what, people always ask me, they go, McKee, you're so hard. When people look at you, they don't know you, and they're scared of you. And I go, I'd rather be feared than respected any day of the week, because I watch my friends who have respect for each other fuck each other over in business all day. I give too much from my heart to deal with someone that's trying to screw me over. So fear me, because if you're trying to do me wrong or you're trying to take from me what I've worked so hard for, I'm willing to die for that. Kind of like 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get rich or die trying. Sometimes when you're brought up, man, and you don't know if you're going to be here tomorrow, you just put it all on the table and say, I'm going for it. Either I'm going to make it or I'd rather die, because I know what it's like to live a good, comfortable life, and I know what it's like to be shot at, stabbed, and live ghetto and eat top ramen noodles and Miracle Whip and crackers at night because my mom's a drug addict. My father's, I don't know who the hell he is. So these are the people that I relate to that want to change. But don't give me some kid who's stuck up rich, mommy and daddy fed him with a silver spoon in his mouth, and he has a drug addiction because his parents don't spend any time because they're chasing the damn dollar. I sacrificed the dollar to be a mentor of the community and the environment that I came from. I ain't left yet. I'm still here. I've had my life threatened by drug dealers because I've snatched kids off the street and said, listen, you don't sell dope for that scum. He's a piece of shit. You guys don't hear all that. And these guys are threatening my life. You tell that nigga we're going to kill him. He trying to mess with our business. He made it out of here. That don't mean he got to mess our business up. No, this is an innocent kid that needs to know that there's another way. But you don't hear about that stuff. I have a gun permit. I'm licensed to carry a gun. I wonder why. I own a security company to give these fighters jobs when there's no fights because the promoters are too busy trying to rape the fighters. You see what I'm saying? You look into the book of Antonio McKee, and you might think I might not live long because I'm creating a lot of problems for a lot of people who want to take advantage of innocent people. And I'm educating these people, not just in fighting this business. My guys are corporations. They all have corporations. These guys are paying taxes. They got medical. I mean, where can you go and get this for free?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when people talk about me, people that know me always go, do you know him? Have you ever met him? And that's what I ask everybody, because they've got a lot of bad stuff. Oh, he's so cocky. He's so this. But what nigga as good as me ain't cocky? Mm-hmm. How did we make it? Who's promoting Antonio McKee?
I don't know.
No one. So I got to do what I got to do. And it's funny because the bigger mouth I get, the more publicity I get. But the bottom fact at the end of the day is I ain't lost in 7-8 years. Find somebody to kick my ass, shut my mouth, and retire me.
Well,
there is nobody.
Let me ask you this, Antonio. We hear about the great things that you've done in the community now. We've established the win record. When's the last time, we talk about you have a great story. UFC likes to do their little Spike TV promotion, upcoming to the fight and tell the little backstory. When do we see your story on Spike TV? When's the last time? Have you ever talked with UFC, Joe Silva or whoever's
You know what? I talked to Joe Silva the last